That just is the way the story moved. That's just the way Sookie went. Otherwise, it would have to be a book that followed Bill's path separately from Sookie's, because he's living a life independent of hers now. Whereas before, we just heard about him when he was with her. He's not with her anymore. So I'd have to write a book from two different points of view, essentially. And that's just not the way I wanted to do it. Yes, ma'am?
When? Are you going to bring Quinn back? Quinn back.
When am I going to bring Quinn back? You know, Quinn is you guys are pretty opinionated. Now, I'm really fond of Quinn, and I personally feel a lot of sympathy for him. But I don't think he's going to enter into the next book because it just isn't part of the book's action.
Is Bill part of the book section?
Yeah.
Bill is always part of the book.
Lady in the red shirt.
I wanted to ask, because I love your first lines of all your series. Is that where you start out when you're writing? I mean, I was showing my husband the one about R.T. Garden. My day started when the guy went crazy and started throwing things at me. I mean, I think your first lines of every novel are
thank you.
So important. I mean, is that where you start from, or do you have a general outline in your process? Or?
Sometimes I go back and write the first line after I've written the rest of the book. Or sometimes that's how I set the tone for the rest of the book. With Sookie, I start out trying to figure out what's going to happen in the book, and I don't always know. Because I write very much by the seat of my pants. I got into that habit when I was writing very quickly. The 3 years I did 2 books a year, and you know, God will strike me dead if I ever do that again. So the first line in a mystery is super important because people put down the mystery if they're not grabbed in. I feel like with Sookie, I pretty much got a captive audience now. That's not to say I'm not working on them, but I don't think it's quite as important with the first line to suck the reader in because it's a known product now, I think.